are you doing? Fine. You don't have to pretend with me. I know how much you cared about Jamie. Well, we split up, so... You don't just stop loving someone.
You do when you find out they're liars and cheats. It's quite easy to stop then.
Dad, it's fine. How's Kim doing?
How do you think?
Well, must be difficult when they haven't found the body and she can't start the grieving process.
I think she's finding it hard just being up there on her own. She's asked me to move in. I said no. I'm not about to leave you, don't worry.
I didn't realise you two were at the moving in together stage.
We're not. There's a cottage in the grounds. We could move there. Lucas would love it. What do you think?
He's settled here. So am I. I don't want to move.
Yeah, of course. Stupid idea. I'm not going to do it.
You can if you want.
Nah, don't be daft. You need me here.
I'm all right on my own, Dad.
Are you sure? I mean, I could still chip in with the rent and stuff, and I wouldn't want to see you struggling.
I could move back in.
Why would you want to do that? You sick of Dan or something?
No. He's been lovely, but it's not home. And to be honest, I've really missed you and Lucas, and I'd love to move back in, but only if it's all right with you. Well, I'll have to okay it with social services, but I'd really like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we can give it a go. You okay? You must be knackered.
What are you doing here?
I don't know, really. Is there any news on Jamie? Have they found him? I'm so sorry.
It was my fault.
What was?
He was meeting me, and I was waiting for him, and he was late, and I didn't know where he was. So I rang him. That's why he crashed. Because of me.
Is it something I've done? Well, my fate can be a bit overpowering, but that new spray's working a treat.
Is it?
Isn't it?
No.
It's nothing to do with your feet.
You sure? You sure we don't have to move out?
It's more about me moving back in with Dawn, being able to keep an eye on her. Especially now Will's moving up to home farm.
The Rim Kim official now, then?
Well, he says not. Well, it's none of my business. I want to buy you lunch, to say thank you for looking after me so well. So he took his eyes off the road. That's why he crashed.
I think so. I haven't told the police it was me calling him, but I mean, they're gonna find out. I may as well just confess.
Maybe you should. It's not illegal to call someone Gabby. He took his eyes off the road.
Oh, so now you're blaming him?
I'm just saying.
They've stopped looking for him. This is why I'm here, because I'm not giving up on him.
You can't just keep wandering around.
I have to do something.
He's not here. It's been a few days now.
As long as there is still some hope that he's alive, I'm gonna do everything I can to find him.
Don't be stupid.
My baby needs his dad. You don't understand.
Understand what?
Me and him. We were gonna get married in secret, and if I hadn't called him, we'd be together now.
If you believe that, you're more deluded than I thought. Of course he wasn't gonna marry you, Gabby. He hated you. You can waste your life thinking he loved you, but he didn't. It was me that he wanted. It was me he was gonna run off with.
You're lying.
That's why he was late meeting you. Because he was with me. Begging me to take him back. Saying how much he loved me.
He can't have been.
He was. And you should have heard the stuff he said about you. A control freak, that's what he called you.
I don't believe you.
He told me everything. How you were forcing him to get married. He said you were worse than his mum. How bad is that? That's a proper insult, that.
You're only saying this because you're still in love with him.
I'm not. I turned him down. I couldn't forgive him for what he did to Dad. And he's pouring his heart out to me.
I throw it back in his face, and this whole time I've been beating myself up thinking he's so upset and that's why he crashed the car. Well, it might have been.
Well, we'll never know.
You're not even a bit sorry.
I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah, well, you can say what you like because he's not here to deny it. Things will be different when he's back.
He's not coming back, Gabby. Why can't you get that?
Just stop it, okay? I don't want to hear it. Just leave me alone.
I know I'm being a bit keen, but there didn't seem any point in waiting. I'll get the rest of my stuff tomorrow. Oh, have you spoken to social services? Is there a problem? Oh, they're fine with it. What's wrong then? Something happened. Is it Jamie? Yeah, sort of. I went down to the lake. Why? I just felt like I should see it. I was going to take flowers, but then it didn't seem right. But there's nothing wrong with doing that, saying goodbye to him in your own way. Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance because Gabby was there. She just found out that she caused the crash. What? She called him. That's why I took his eyes off the road, to answer. Well, that's not her fault. I hope you told her that. Well, I told her that he tried to make me leave with him. Did he? Yeah. And she thought she was going to marry him. Well, I told her how wrong she was, that he hated her. Look, I know I should have kept my mouth shut and that I've upset her. What do I do? She loved him and she's just had her heart broken again. You know how that feels. Go and find her. Make sure she's okay. Thought you'd still be here.
What do you want?
Look, everything came out wrong. Things are bad enough as they are. I didn't mean to upset you more. What happened to Jamie is not your fault or mine.
Just leave me alone.
He was a grown man. He made his own choices.
You know, it's easy for you to say that you were his first choice. But he can't tell me the truth. Why would I lie to you? Because you've always hated me. For holding on to him when you couldn't. For managing to get pregnant before you.
If you think having a baby is the way to hold on to a man, then you're very wrong. A guy you have to persuade to marry you, to get hold of his mother's cash, is that worth breaking your heart over?
You don't know how he was with me. How he made me feel.
I've been there. I get it. I had Lucas in hospital on my own. And then I went back to this empty flat. And I was out on the streets within a week. And the man I thought I loved stood back and did nothing.
Jamie isn't. Jamie wasn't like that. You didn't know him like I did.
No, but I loved him. Like you did. And we both deserve better. And so does your baby. He's not worth your tears. And he was never worth your love. But someone will be, one day. You've got this, Gabby. You're stronger than you think.
Sending you.
Gabby blames everything on me. And nothing on Jamie. Even though it was her call that made him go off the road.
Seriously?
Yeah. She phoned him because he'd been with me. And he must have tried to answer. And that's how he lost control of the car.
His mummy's not going to like that. Could tip her over the edge.
I told her not to blame herself. I mean, she didn't do it on purpose. Kim can't have a go. She's done worse.
Hey, don't believe everything you hear.
Well, it's not stopped you moving up there, has it? And Gabby's the same. She knew deep down what Jamie was really like.
I know who Kim is, and I've got no regrets, but Gabby, it's got to hurt. Finding out there was only ever you for him.
She'll survive. She'll pick herself up And she'll see she's better on her own.
And what about you? You and him were like that at one time.
Well, then I found out he tried to poison his own mother. And I saw him for what he really was. A weak, spoilt, selfish man-child.
Well, don't say that to his mum. She's in bits already. I mean, losing a kid, seeing him go before you is just not how it's supposed to happen.
But Dad, I keep thinking, if I'd have run off with him, if I'd have said yes, he wouldn't have been in that car, and he'd still be alive.
Or he could have tried to answer the call with you and Lucas in the car, going wherever you were going. Which is why I feel like the luckiest dad alive. You two, you mean everything to me, love. Everything. Anyway, I'd better get back. You make sure that you give Lucas a very special cuddle from me.
And Dad, tell Kim I'm sorry that he's gone.
I know you want me to leave you alone.
Actually, now's as good a time as any. Oh, and just so as you know, Will's moving into the groundkeeper's cottage to support me.
Will could have lost Dawn too. You know that?
I don't understand.
If Jamie had got what he wanted.
You're making no sense.
When he went into that lake, he was trying to answer the phone to someone, right?
That's what the police told us probably happened. But what's that got to do with Will or his daughter?
Well, it was me. Calling him. I mean, it had to be. You saw me. You were there. But I didn't know he wasn't on hands-free. I didn't know that he was stupid enough to... Look, when you and Diane found me, I'd been waiting for ages so that we could just leave and get married. So I was phoning him from the car.
So now you're blaming yourself? Makes two of us.
But now I know the truth. The lies he was telling me, what he was really going to do to me. You know, I don't feel guilty. I just hate myself for hoping and praying that he hadn't drowned. But Kim, he has. He is lying somewhere in that lake, dead.
Lies? What lies? Look, Gabby, sit down. This stress, it's not good for you or the baby.
I hope his last moments were terrifying. And I hope he felt guilty for trying to kill you. And I hope he died slowly, knowing that I'd find out what he'd done to me. And I'd hate him for it.
Hate him for what?
I wasn't the one he wanted to run away with. It was Dawn. He'd planned it all, this new life together, him, Dawn and Lucas. Miles away. Kim, he was gonna run away and never come back.
It's impossible. Jamie and Dawn, they were over a long time ago. She loathes him for trying to poison me.
But he never stopped wanting her. He went to see her that day before he met me, gave himself time to grovel, begged her to take him back.
And you really had no idea?
She just told me everything now. How he said that he loved her, how he'd give up everything with me for her and Lucas.
And she turned him down?
Well, yeah, she's got enough problems. Why would she run away with him? I mean, ex-wife, daughter, another baby on the way, no pennies in the bank. You know, that's why we were going to get married.
Yes, so I'd see he could be sensible. I'd start to trust him again. I'd give him his inheritance back. Then he suddenly changed his mind.
He lied to Dawn. He lied to all of us. I mean, he couldn't afford to live here. No money, no job. He needed me and the baby. He needed us.
But he would rather risk everything for Dawn. For real love. You know, the irony is, I'd have done anything for him eventually. Absolutely anything. He didn't need to run away. But he didn't think he had a choice. because of you. He couldn't see a way out. And he couldn't live his life as some helpless pawn in your selfish little game.
So this is all my fault now. He's the one who lied and cheated. I just phoned him at the wrong time.
He saw right through you. He played you, like he played the rest of us. And he did it so well, no one even suspected.
Suspected what?
Those flowers. My favourites. As if they could have been from Joe. It had to be Jamie. He was sending me a message, taunting me. One last attempt to make me think I was going out of my mind.
Jamie's dead. He's gone. And even if he wasn't, he's dead to me.
I didn't think he had it in him. But this proves he's his mother's son, all right. He's chosen to go out guns blazing. To risk everything. To choose life. And for the first time, he's done it all on his own. No wonder they can't find a body. My son. My brilliant boy. He's still alive.